we have to recognize that we're going to have to do it in a way that puts our priorities in order. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to recognize the gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Pittenger, for 2 minutes.
The gentleman from North Carolina is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Congressman Stutzman, for your yielding me this time for your hard work and leadership on the RSC Budget Task Force. Thank you also to Chairman Flores for your great leadership. Mr. Speaker, America's national debt is now well over $18 trillion. Because of out-of-control spending, we add another $1 million to the debt approximately every 30 seconds. The Republican Study Committee's blueprint for a balanced budget takes important steps to rein in our bloated bureaucracy, cuts unnecessary regulations, and strengthens job creation while it increases transparency and oversight. Here's our budget proposal. It cuts $7.1 trillion in spending over 10 years. It balances the federal budget in 6 years. Imagine that. Repeals Obamacare and replaces it with competitive reforms that will lower costs for all Americans while protecting the relationship between a patient and its doctor. Preserves Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and food stamps through common sense reforms that brings these reforms into the 21st century. And it addresses inadequacies in President Obama's budget by providing critical funding for our national security. Since I started speaking, Mr. Speaker, we've added $2 million to the national debt. That's insanity. Our founding fathers never intended for Washington to provide massive one-size-fits-all programs that have not created better opportunities for hardworking, tax-paying Americans. As well, we need to return control back to the states, where local leaders know the best solutions for their local problems. As a member of the RSC Budget Task Force, I'm honored to place the priorities of North Carolinians ahead of Washington's tax and spend schemes. Please join me in supporting the RSC blueprint for a balanced budget to restore fiscally accountable principles to our federal government and better opportunities for the American people. I yield back.
Gentleman.